Hello, dear friends. The era when they wanted us old and tired is over. The age of the original sovereigns has arrived. Opinion piece. March Hare. A scary event. Spring madness. Unprecedented turmoil. Energetic and powerful month. Let's start. Much madness on asteroids according to Starship Earth. After so many failed attempts and incorrect assumptions, it seems we have reached the predicted point of the scary event, or at least one of them. Meanwhile, the March Hare is having its tea. What appears to be happening is not what is actually happening. There are no nuclear or weapons of mass destructions. The coalition of worlds took care of that. Remain situationally aware at all times and do not panic. The March Hare is a symbolic figure associated with madness, impulsiveness, disorder, irrational behavior, and a momentary loss of sanity. This expression comes from the English proverb mad as a March hare, which alludes to the frenzy of European hares during their mating season in March, when males and females exhibit erratic behavior such as boxing and running uncontrollably through the fields. In Alice in Wonderland, the hare symbolizes the illogical and surreal world that defies reason. It represents absurdity, a break with logic, time standing still, and chaos. In folk traditions, hares are also associated with fertility due to their high reproduction rate, spring renewal, and even the mysterious or magical. In ancient traditions, they represent loss of control and seasonal madness. Hares are also associated with the moon, fertility, and renewal, but the March version stands out for its chaotic and sexual frenzy. In short, the March hare symbolizes madness, irrational behavior, and the overflowing energy of spring. Agitation. Steve Quayle believes that the attack on Iran could cripple an already weakened global economy as world debt reaches a record $38 trillion. He believes that some world leaders are possessed by demons. They want the destruction of human beings and all that is glorious that God created. We are in a time of unprecedented turmoil. Humanity is at war with all that is good, embracing all that is bad. Quayle believes this could turn into a global party by mid-March. Silver and gold will be at exorbitant prices. The date is unknown, but the process is underway. The price of precious metals will rise next week. Opinions. Spiritual significance of Iran according to Sierra. Persia has a powerful spiritual connection to the ascension of humanity. According to Paul White Gold Eagle, the Kahar dynasty revived the mysteries of the goddess in the Persian court of the early 19th century. What the world witnessed in 2022 was not just protest, but the resurgence of an ancient feminine current that has been suppressed by dark forces for centuries. The goddess desires peace, and so it shall be. Every soul must take responsibility according to Kesheresh. The earth is shaking, and systems based on ignorance and control are crumbling. If you don't rise, you will be dragged down. But if you choose to awaken, you will become a transformative force and a living embodiment of the light. According to Steve Biko, we are approaching emergency emissions, starting up one hornet's nest after another. In his view, we are witnessing a coalition performance. Everyone is playing their part in a planned takedown of the cabal and the movement of the rest toward financial prosperity, renewed health, abundance, harmony, and unity. Why now? Asks Mr. Poole, in quotes. Bondi's team confirmed that Epstein's original tapes are not in the US. They were moved in 2019, spread across 3 locations. A bunker in the Swiss Alps, raided by Interpol on February 14th. A server farm in Tel Aviv seized on February 21st. And an underground facility 40 kilometers south of Tehran. Iran was invaded to obtain the last copy of the tapes that name every president and every member of royalty. The Iranian regime was a puppet of the dark side, and the cleanup is global. Close quotes. He adds that a special operations team entered the underground facility 40 kilometers south of Tehran. It wasn't a nuclear site, but a server farm that housed the last backup of Epstein's tapes, containing 3,412 hours of footage. This is the recovery of the tapes that will bring down the most powerful people on earth. Everything is now in the custody of the Department of Justice. The arrests are happening in Europe because that's where they fled. According to Sierra, this situation is a major catalyst for the final split in the timeline. People who are driven by fear and obsessed with media coverage are not aligning themselves with the incoming energy. They will fall into a spiral of fear. It's not our job to save them. Those of us who are in the 5D energy pay little attention to the talk about darkness. We know it is pure optics and that the dark forces have finished their game. Purification. The transitional leaders we see today must leave the stage, and according to Antonella and Werner, this is already happening. The true leaders of the new earth are about to manifest. These original souls, forged in density, would never agree to collaborate with empty shells or artificial projections devoid of real life. Their authority doesn't come from force, but from resonance with the heart of Terra Gaia. The regeneration process has already begun, but it requires a critical phase of expulsion. The 3D body must first reject the old system. Many experience physical ailments, the release of energetic toxins, and the dissolution of karmic residue. This deep cleansing phase is the prelude to regeneration, the signs of which are already visible in the strengthening of structures and the renewed mental clarity. We are not here to dominate, but to serve in the transition to galactic peace, guiding humanity towards its true stellar heritage and respecting the free will of every sentient being. Much energy bring waves of new frequency, leading us to the equinox according to essential light workers. Planetary events also include the new moon in Pisces, the 3-3 portal, the full moon in Virgo, the Orion alignment, and the equinox. The new moon in Pisces on March 2nd brings intense spiritual energy, fostering clarity of intention and focus on new beginnings. Subsequently, the 3-3 portal will pave the way for deeper inner transformation and preparation for the equinox. March marks an energetic and powerful month that will be impactful for starseeds. Timelines are shifting faster as the darker energy dissipates. Exposures, revelations, unexpected events, epiphanies of the higher self, a stronger divine connection, feeling less alone, working through the puzzle, a search for truth, acceptance, living in the present moment, and an acceleration of timeline changes are all part of this. Distorted perceptions are dissolving, tolerance is strengthening, and you are recognizing that the self is so much more than the physical. When you feel like everything is falling apart, continue to trust that this is a significant sign of growth and evolution towards your highest good. If you feel derailed right now, trust that this is a change of direction that will guide you onto your chosen path. Stepping outside your comfort zone allows you to embrace your true self, striving to live authentically as a deliberate creator in the energy of the new earth. Breaking news. Jihadists issue a fatwa against the US. Trump says the attack on Iran could last more than 5 weeks. Trump tells CNN the big wave in the war against Iran is yet to come. Marco Rubio says the objective is the destruction of Iran's ballistic missiles. The CIA closely monitored Khamenei for months before the attacks. The US bombed Iranian warships in the Gulf of Oman. Iran changed its command and control system. Iran threatens to attack any ship crossing the Strait of Hormuz. Iran claims to have launched missiles at the aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln. 3 F-15 fighter jets shot down by friendly fire in Kuwait. Israel bombs Tehran and launches an offensive in Lebanon. Lebanon will ban Hezbollah's activities and force it to surrender its weapons. Economy. Natural gas and oil prices soar due to the war crisis. A second oil tanker is hit by an underwater missile in the Strait of Hormuz. Stocks recover, gold rises and oil soars as the war intensifies. Lindsey Graham says a new Middle East is being created. Epstein files reveal the presence of agents from the scientific publishing industry. Cryptocurrency will disappear when the new financial system is announced. Bolivia destroys $62 million when a military plane full of banknotes crashes. Spain forbidden the use of US bases in Rota and Moron to attack Iran. The US is moving 15 refueling aircraft from its bases in Spain to other locations. The Spanish stock market fell 2.62%, its biggest drop since April due to the attack on Iran. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.